Good evening. I will call the Fraser City Council meeting of Thursday, January 11th, 2024 to order at 6:30 p.m. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Greenia, could you do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Bransky.
Present.
Mayor Messich.
Present.
Councilmember Odell.
Here.
Councilmember Perry.
Here.
Councilmember Shornack.
Here.
Councilmember Stein. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland.
Present.
Thank you very much. Item number 4, approval of the agenda. We have a couple of deletions and an add. I would like to remove item A, Eagle Scout Myron Cruzel recognition. He could not be here tonight because he was called into work. We will reschedule that. I would like to replace that with setting a public hearing for Beretta Brothers DBA Fairway Packing Company. And then item C, Planning Commission appointment, we will be removing that for the evening. And I would like a motion to,
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second.
motion by Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland, second by Councilmember Stein to approve the amended agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Agenda is approved. All right, item number 5, citizen participation on agenda items only. And this is the moment where if you can't be here for the whole meeting, you can come up and have your say about any agenda item. Anyone in the audience who would like to speak? Seeing none, I would move on to item number 6, consent agenda. I would entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make, oh,
Motion to approve this consent agenda.
second.
I didn't hear who seconded.
Me.
Okay. Motion by Councilmember Baranski, second by Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Consent agenda is approved. Thank you very much. Item number 7A, new business. This is a public hearing, setting the public hearing for Beretta Brothers, DBA Fairway Packing for an IFEC application. I would like to make that motion to set the public hearing for February 8th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. for the public hearing on the Beretta Brothers, Inc., DBA Fairway Packing Company IFEC application.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Lesich, second by Councilmember Odell to approve the setting of a public hearing for DBA Fairway Packing Company. Would anyone like to comment from the audience? Seeing none, I would take a vote, please. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion approved. Thank you. All right. 7B, CDBG public hearing. I would like to open the public hearing for this, let's see, let me get the exact language here. I'd like to open the public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant public hearing. I'm sorry, I've got a little cold tonight, so at 6:34 p.m. And anyone interested in being heard at the regarding the Community Development Block Grant funds. Please step up, state your name and where you're from. Just have a seat right in the middle. Oh, yes, please.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dory Vasquez Nolan. I'm the CEO of Care House, the Macomb County Child Advocacy Center. Our main office is located in the city of Mount Clemens, and for the past 7 years now, we've had a satellite center located in the city of Warren as well. Our services are geared towards child victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, and children that may have been a witness to a violent act, as well as their non-offending family members. We're the only agency in Macomb County providing that comprehensive response to these vulnerable victims. We collaborate with all law enforcement jurisdictions in Macomb County, as well as Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, Homeland Security, and the FBI, Children's Protective Services, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office, and mental health and medical professionals as well. You know, when we think about children, we like to imagine their innocent laughter, playful spirits, and precious dreams for the future. But unfortunately, not all children do have the opportunity to experience a carefree childhood. Many children right here in our community face unimaginable challenges and hardships, including child abuse, neglect, and trauma. And that's where Care House comes in. Care House serves as a beacon of hope for child victims of sexual and physical abuse, as well as children who've witnessed a violent act, providing them with a safe haven where their voices can be heard and their needs can be met. It's a place where healing begins, where resilience is nurtured, and where childhood can be reclaimed. Each child that walks through our doors has a unique story, a story that's sometimes filled with pain and suffering, but our goal is to rewrite the ending to those stories and to give children the support and resources they need to heal and to thrive. Care House offers intervention and support services for child victims and their families, intervening to promote healing and helping families to cope with the emotional stress and trauma that's caused not only by the acts of abuse, but by the investigative process. And our services include the coordination of forensic interviews, crisis counseling, child safety assessments and trauma assessments, parent and child support groups, trauma-focused therapy sessions, family advocacy, access to forensic medical examinations, and referrals to other needed community services. Also, as the designated counsel for the Michigan Children's Trust Fund, Care House offers child abuse prevention information and training in Macomb County. We are really excited about a new program that we've started up in Macomb County schools. It's geared towards children pre-K to first grade, and it's called ROAR, and it's a child developmentally appropriate training on body safety. In October of 2022, Care House opened a family resource center at both locations, and they are, we call them the FRC. They're parent-driven, welcoming, and supportive hubs for families in our community that haven't already experienced an active investigation, but who are still seeking resources and need some support. Our FRCs will offer things like family pantries, parent leadership development and mentoring, positive parenting, and child development education, with warm handoffs to needed community resources and ongoing case management. Families are never charged for any of the services that we provide at Care House, and we do provide services to all referred children and families. I'm also proud to report that according to our most recent independent financial audit, 89 cents of every dollar that comes to Care House is specifically devoted to serving children and families. Since we opened in 1996, we've conducted over 10,700 forensic interviews with 181 of those children being residents of the City of Fraser. In 2021, we had 7 children out of the 728 forensic interviews. In 2022, 2 children with 704 forensic interviews. And last year, we did 650 forensic interviews with 8 children residing in the City of Fraser. We depend on the community to provide a voice for child victims and a safe place for them to be heard. And we are very grateful for the longstanding support that we've received from the City of Fraser. This year, we respectfully request consideration in the amount of $2,400 to support 4 qualified Fraser children and their families, but of course, we'd be grateful for, any amount that you could see fit to allocate. We have a website, www.mccarehouse.org, and a Facebook page that we invite everyone to follow, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Just to confirm, is 2,400 is your ask this year? Okay. Any questions from the council?
I don't have a question, I just have a comment.
You what?
I just have a comment.
Okay. How about after we do the public hearing? Okay.
No?
Well, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay. No, I just wanted to thank you for being in our community and helping these children and their families, because a lot of people don't get the help they need And that just snowballs into other things like addiction and other horrible things that can happen to these children. So I know, I've heard from many people how wonderful, thank God I've never had experience personally, but, I've heard how wonderful the system is from a number of officers as well. So I just thank you for being in our community and helping the children and the families.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak on the Community Development Block Grant Funds?
Oh, thank you.
I'm ready for the stopwatch. So,
Don't.
good afternoon to the mayor, city council, staff. My name is Scott Andrews, and I am a coordinator with Interfaith Volunteer Caregivers. Our organization has been around for 30 years, and it was formed to recognize the rapidly increasing need for support services for those residents with frailties of age, chronic health condition, or disabilities, that they may very well lack the assistance to remain on their own, to remain living on their own, and being safe in their home. So for 30 years, our organization has utilized volunteers to provide free basic assistance to hundreds of frail, older, and physically challenged adults, trying to help them remain safely in their homes. And these volunteers give assistance in the way of transportation, chores, respite breaks, helping with errands, and then even before the pandemic, assisting with loneliness. These opportunities are fulfilling experiences for those who wish to volunteer, as well as support those in need. The request before you is we have a Safe at Home project, which is part of our larger chore and repair program, assisting older and disabled adults. We're trying to help do some chores and repairs in those communities that will allocate funding for this purpose throughout Macomb County. We are able to assist low and moderate income seniors with indoor-outdoor chores, minor home repairs, routine housekeeping. And essentially, we identify those individuals who can't manage these tasks on their own, have limited resources, and attempt to prioritize those with the greatest need. Ultimately, our request before some of the communities for CDBG funding is to hopefully increase the number of low-income citizens that we can reach. So the most interesting of the information I gave you on the backside of the Safe at Home sort of talks about the numbers. So our organization does provide over 20,000 hours of help covering all of our services to nearly 500 senior disabled residents each year. However, for the City of Fraser, in the last year, we have 28 clients that we have serviced, and we also have 7 residents of Fraser that are actively volunteering with our organization. As you can see, we have roughly completed about a third of our projected Safe at Home projects for people in need in Fraser, and we are anticipating able to complete many more in the coming months. Last year, we were awarded $1,725, and we were able to complete 20 tasks, 20 of these minor sort of repair and projects. And for the years, we've received support from the City of Warren, come before you again, hoping to maintain, if not increase, the number of Fraser residents we're able to assist. There's all sorts of heartwarming stories of people we've helped where they have an unsafe front porch, and not that we're building whole railings with volunteer help, but sometimes simply tightening areas down to allow them to get in and out safely, helping replacing locks, washing windows, raking leaves, installing smoke alarms are sort of the things that we do in this program. I would like to thank you for the time to sitting in front of you. Honestly, I know there's a lot of requests before your council, but any dollar amount would be greatly appreciated for our program, as we hope to continue our partnership in the future. And if you happen to know of any low-income seniors that may need our assistance, please contact us, as well as we're always looking for volunteers who are hoping to give back to the community.
How would someone contact you?
If this is being recorded.
Yes, it is.
Interfaith volunteer caregivers, our number is 586-757-5551. We also have a website, which is ivcinfo.org. But phone calls are the best because it's the people and the relationships and those conversations where we can figure out how to help or to refer them elsewhere. So,
One more time with the phone number.
Interfaith volunteers,
No, the phone number, one more time. Just the folks.
586-757-5551.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments? Okay. Anyone else? Come on up.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tina Huff, and I'm the Children's Service Coordinator at Turning Point Shelter Program. Turning Point has been providing a safe place for families to flee since 1980. Between July 1st of 2022 and June 30th of 2023, across all agency programs, Turning Point has served 22 Fraser residents. Turning Point's emergency shelter program is a safe haven for survivors of domestic violence and sexual violence. It provides immediate service, crisis intervention, and resources for families trying to establish just basic safety. The project is a multifaceted approach to ending the cycle of violence in families. Turning Point's 2 case managers will meet with every survivor shelter resident within 24 hours of them arriving. At that point, they create an individual plan for each one of them based on their goals. They also work on a plan for safety, housing, and financial stability. This plan can include anything from literacy, immigration, credit repair, and supportive counseling for sexual assault and domestic violence after they leave the shelter. The Emergency Shelter Case Management Program has developed collaborations and links among the community, businesses, organizations, and churches to help domestic violence victims maintain safety when they are leaving shelter. There's strong evidence which states that improving survivors' knowledge of and access to community resources, like resource building, leads to a higher quality of life and a less risk of re-abuse overall. Turning Point continues to provide comprehensive care services to children while in shelter as well. Children receive crisis support, to tutoring and educational services, safety planning, and recreational activities, which include a 10-week summer camp, holiday parties, movie nights, game nights, and things like that as well. We also have a crisis child advocate on site who can provide to children and teens individual and group counseling and support. And they can also receive this after they leave shelter as well. Turning Point's facility is 100% handicap accessible. We have indoor and outdoor play areas for teens and children. We have private sleeping facilities and bathrooms. We have a multi-purpose room that functions as a dining room and a family rec area as well. We have private counseling spaces as well as other spaces available for nonprofits to come in who also need to serve our residents too. If Turning Point is awarded the $2,500 of CDBG funds requested, Turning Point would use that money to provide hotel accommodations to people seeking shelter when we are kind of on the overflow. And not only does that include shelter for them, it also includes like hygiene kits, food supplies, transportation vouchers, and laundry supplies and things like that. So I thank you for your time and consideration today, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Can you give us your number if someone
Our
needed
number
your
is-
services?
yes, it's 586-463-6990.
And that's a 24-hour hotline.
That's a 24-hour hotline, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? All right, thank you very much.
Your time, I appreciate it.
Anyone else interested in speaking about the Community Development Block Grant Funds? If not, I would close the public hearing at 6:49 PM. And what we will be doing, oh, yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, we will be making the decision next month at the February meeting, and we'll let you know what we find out. Did you have something you wanted to say?
So, I mean, historically, at least the last couple of years after the presentations, we've made the determination and made a motion regarding the CDBG funds right after. Do we have to wait till next month? Do we want to?
No, you don't have to wait till next month if you want to make a decision right now, but we do have some other things to consider. We're working on a capital project. We're a little ahead of the game for this public hearing, and typically, the reason why we've had the decision the same night is because it was the last night and the last opportunity we had to make the decision. So we're starting to finally get ahead of the game.
Well, we'll wait then.
Okay, well, we'll do it, and we'll let you know. But we have a total of $7,750 available for these kind of service agencies. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, item 7C was removed from the agenda, so item 7D, fire boot purchase.
So the Public Safety Fire Division has been doing a little bit of an inventory review of some of their fire equipment, and you've got a copy of the memo from Director Kretschmar regarding the status of the boots. They are in poor condition and looking to get a replacement for 25 pairs of boots. The request that they have is to purchase the Globe Supreme Fire Boots with the Arctic Grip from McQueen Equipment Group at a cost of $600 a pair for a total of $15,000. This does require a budget amendment of $5,000 for the ambulance operating fund line item.
Thank you. She summed it up pretty well. Good evening,
Good evening.
Council. I can try to answer any questions if you have any, but the city manager summed it up pretty well. We've done, the fire division conducted a complete inventory of all of our bunker gear and the fire boots and everything that goes along with that. So there will be more to come in the future regarding what has been documented. This is what is immediate now, because these boots actually, by NFPA recommendations, which is the industry standard, this equipment's only good for 10 years, and these boots expired in June of last year. So we're already a little bit behind the curve as far as the manufacturer's recommended expiration date. But besides that, many pairs of these boots just have been abused and are no longer waterproof and gouged and things like that. So with that, that's why we're requesting 25 pairs of boots immediately. We are still able to supplement the gear that we have so that everybody is safe. I don't want to portray like we don't think that we're safe, but this equipment does need to be replaced.
Okay. Councilmember Baranski.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of the fire boots as outlined in the packet.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion on the table. Anyone from the public would like to speak on this matter? Seeing none, motion by Councilmember Baranski, seconded by Councilmember Shornack to approve the purchase of 25 pairs of Globe Supreme Fire Boots from McQueen Equipment Group.
Yes, sir.
At a cost of $600 a pair for a total of $15,000 with a budget amendment of $5,000 from the ambulance fund. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passes. You've got your new shoes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully you don't need them anytime soon.
Yes.
Right?
All right, item 7E, the Department of Public Safety 12-hour shift committee. Ms. Levin?
Thank you. Well, as part of the recently negotiated public safety union agreements or contracts, one of the items that has been included in those agreements and contracts is to add the option of 12-hour shifts. One of the requirements of the 12-hour shift is to have a committee work together to come up with the guidelines and really of how the changeover and everything is going to happen. As part of this, there is a committee that is comprised of 3 representatives from the union and 3 representatives from the city. The Director of Public Safety and myself will be 2 of the representatives from the city, and we're looking for 1 representative from City Council to participate on this.
Okay, Ms. Baranski, is that light from the previous?
Oh, yep, nope. Yep.
Oh, okay. I
You
didn't
did,
know.
yep, you didn't turn it off, sorry.
All right, Councilman, or Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland.
I'd like to make a motion to make Councilmember Baranski
Second.
on the subcommittee. I think you're the perfect person to do it.
I'd be happy to accept the appointment if that is the will of the city manager. I was thinking perhaps HR instead, but I do understand.
It's a council member.
No, I know. Well, it's whoever we want it to be. But if you want a council member, I'll be happy to accept the nomination.
Okay, we have a motion on the table motion by Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland to nominate Councilmember Baranski to be the committee member for the Department of Public Safety 12-hour shift committee, seconded by Councilmember Shornack. Anyone from the public would like to speak on this matter?
Don's light is
Oh, Don's light is on. Okay, Don. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I believe you restated the motion as a motion to nominate her, but I believe the actual motion on the floor is the motion to appoint her.
I apologize.
Because if we nominate, then we have to go through another motion to actually appoint.
I was restating it poorly. Yes, to appoint Councilmember Baranski as the the seventh member of the 12-hour shift committee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good choice.
All right, item 7F, Roseville Sanitary Force Main. Mr. Vigneron and Ms. Levin, can you introduce Mr. Vigneron? And
Well, yeah, I can actually do kind of a quick summary of this. It's something pretty simple. Roseville is working with Macomb County Department of Roads on replacing a forced sanitary sewer main, and the planned location is in the center of 13 Mile, which obviously is going to kind of encroach in the city of Fraser. This is between Elodie and the east, about, I think, 500 feet or so east of Utica Road to Canterbury. This is something the Macomb County Department of Roads just wants to have a letter from the city that they acknowledge that this is going to be a little overlapping into our boundaries for the city, and they just would like a letter, and that's all that we're looking for at this point, is just authorization to send a letter to Macomb County Department of Roads and Roseville as well, to let them know that we have no issues with this replacement.
Okay. Mr. Vigneron?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. Yes, I guess the city manager did a great job summing this up. This is part two of a two-phase project that the city of Roseville is working on. Part one is their pump station project. They've recently awarded a contract for that, and we anticipate work is going to start in the next 2 to 3 months. There will probably be some notifications that go out to some Fraser residents, either by City of Fraser administration or somebody in Roseville, letting them know about that project. This project is phase two. Still in the design and permitting process. It is not set in stone that this project is actually going to occur. But in the event that the city of Roseville is able to put all the pieces together, they would like, this is their preferred location. So they like the city of Fraser to acknowledge and this location for their purposes.
Councilmember Shornack?
Yeah, I just, if this project does move forward, what are our guarantees that when they put the road back, it's not going to be a train wreck? Are they planning on doing the asphalt that's there now? Are we going to have concrete? Is it going to be a mixture of the two? Because I know that's what's there now.
Yeah, the intention is it's going to be primarily directionally drilled, so there will be limited service disruption. It'll be, every 500 feet or so, you might have an area that's 20 feet long by one lane wide, and we would anticipate that would just be a concrete patch or a concrete patch with the asphalt over top of it. So not full replacement, not full disruption, although they will need some more working area. The actual insertion and retrieval pits will be a little smaller than a lot of surface area to disturb.
Okay. Councilmember Odell?
Just a quick question. So project might encroach into a little bit onto our property line, basically. So are we going to be responsible for any repairs to that, or does Roseville pick that up if there's?
Nope, it's 100% their utility. It'd be the same thing as if, the gas company came in and wanted to put a new main in the city. The city would be made aware of that. They would permit it. The city does not have jurisdiction over 13 Mile Road, but it's something that's coming into your city, so
Just common courtesy.
common courtesy, yeah.
Okay.
And are we indemnified if there's any problem? Well, it's like you said, it's the county road, so.
County road.
Okay. Councilmember Baranski.
I'll make a motion then to approve the written correspondence to the City of Roseville as outlined in the package for the Roseville Sanitary Force Main.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion, motion by Councilmember Baranski, seconded by Councilmember Stein to approve the letter acknowledging a letter of no objections to the City of Roseville for their proposed 13-mile sanitary force main project. Anyone from the public like to be heard? Seeing none, I would entertain a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you much. Thank you very much. All right. Item 7G, Utility Rate Study Committee. Ms. Levin?
As you all are aware, we put out an RFP for utility rate study. This is for water and sewer rates. We did receive 3 bids on Friday, December 29th. As part of the RFP that went out, the process for reviewing these RFPs goes to a subcommittee, and I would be part of that subcommittee along with the DPW superintendent and finance director, and I'm recommending 2 members from council be a part of that committee as well, and just looking for 2 members. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland.
Since I already volunteered Amy tonight, I'll just keep my streak going. I would like to make a motion to nominate Mayor Lesich and Councilmember Perry to the subcommittee for the
Oh, I'd second
the utility rate study.
Utility Rate Study Committee. Okay. You second? Okay, I didn't. Thank you. I would accept that nomination. Mr. Perry, would you be interested?
Absolutely.
Great. Anyone from the public would like to be heard on this? Seeing none, I would entertain a vote to appoint.
Hand on the button.
He already knows you.
I heard nominate, so I was ready.
Keep me on my toes. Myself, Mayor Michael Lesich, and Kenny Perry Jr. to be the 2 council members on the Utility Rate Study Committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
I know you are.
He is.
That was a given. You were going to
Strangely excited.
self-nominate.
Item 7H, Labor Attorney Rate.
We received notice from Ryan Fantuzzi, who is our labor attorney with Kirk, Huth, Lang, and Baldamente, with the intent to increase their rate of service from $145 per hour to $160 per hour, effective January 1st, 2024. I'm just looking for a motion to approve that rate change as requested.
All right, Councilmember Odell.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the change for labor attorney Fantuzzi from $145 per hour to $160 as outlined.
Okay. Councilmember Shornack.
I know we just recently did it, but I also know we didn't move on the RFPs we had for this at the time because we had several things in litigation, and we didn't want to have to start with a new attorney. That's not a great decision to do when you're in the middle of litigation or anything like that. So I think this would be a good time to revisit those RFPs of those other firms that did come forward with regards to this. And I personally would like to see us possibly maybe re-interview some of the ones that came forward, see if there's any more interest, and see what's out there.
Okay. Well, I would second Mr. Odell's motion at this time, so we have a motion and a second. Any other comments? Councilmember Bransky.
I would concur that we can, whether you increase the rate or not, it is the perfect time to ensure that we have the right people handling it. We have nothing pending. We have resolved all of our contracts. We have well, we have nothing pending.
I know.
I use that word.
I'm still knocking on wood.
But we have a great chief in place, and from what I believe, their 12s are exciting. So I would support both in reality at this point, a rate increase and a RFP for review of ensuring that in fact this is the right firm for us.
Okay, at the moment, this is just for the rate increases, not a motion to open up for another RFP. We can discuss that and perhaps do that next month or in the next few months. Any comments from the council?
Or immediately after.
Ms. Shornick?
Then can we, if I can get the support, can we put that on the agenda for next month, please? To possibly revisit doing an RFP for this particular thing.
Yeah, just contact the city manager.
Well, I know we have to have at least 3 people in order to do that, so I.
Oh, just one?
Oh, we're, okay.
We can't do that today?
Yeah,
No, I meant, well, let's,
It
we'll-
doesn't
we'll move on,
require
but
a
I'm just saying,
council vote to do
I
that.
would like that, please.
It does-
that we would discuss it.
All right, anyone from the audience would like to participate and make a comment on this? Seeing none, I would entertain a vote for a labor attorney rate to increase to $160 for Kirk Huth Lang and Badalamenti labor attorney rate. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, item 8, returning business, fiscal year 2022-2023 audit status. Ms. Levin?
I contacted the auditor today just for our most recent update on it. They are working on a draft and hoping to have the draft audit to me by the middle of next week. So we are still in line with hopefully having that completed and the audit presentation on the February agenda.
Okay. Very good. So, yeah, all right. Item number 9, report of city administration.
This week, I attended a meeting with Macomb County Department of Roads and Fraser Public Schools regarding the Garfield Road reconstruction project. They are still working on putting together the final plans for the project. We do have a little bit of an informational flyer posted on our website right now, so there is information out there, at least getting ahead of this for the public as much as possible. It is going to be 3-lane road, so a northbound, a southbound, and a turn lane in the middle. There will be the turnouts for turning into the school, so like the deceleration lanes. They are planning on starting it as soon as school is done and hope to be completed probably in around September. They're going to be maintaining a southbound lane on Garfield Road throughout the project. I also attended a Macomb County Department of Roads long-range planning stakeholder workshop, kind of talking about thoughts and ideas for their plans out to 2050. Also attended the Big Boy ribbon cutting yesterday. That was very well attended, and thank you to the mayor being a part of that. And there were quite a few other dignitaries there and the Big Boy owner. So congratulations to them getting the Big Boy finally opened and up and running. That's all that I have. Thank you.
And I did, just to piggyback on that, the general counsel said they're working through the last final issues and
Yep.
kind of checking things off the list to get all the i's dotted
Yep,
and
they're
t's crossed.
continuing to make progress. The deadline currently for that is the 17th. So
Yep.
they've got another week to finish up on any outstanding legal items. The attorneys have been talking every day and working through those items.
Okay. Any questions from council? All right. Item number 10, report of mayor and council. Let's start with Mr. Perry.
Nothing at this time.
Okay. Councilmember Stein.
The only thing I have is our Blue Jean Ball will be coming up February 10th. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them at FraserFirst.com, or you can contact one of the Fraser First members, excuse me, Vanya Apps. And right now, they will probably be sold out in the next couple weeks, so if you want to go, please contact one of us to get tickets. And we also have sponsorship things available, so that's about all I have.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Bransky.
Nothing.
Okay. Councilmember Shornack.
Actually, just Happy New Year to all, and hopefully 2024 will be better than the last couple of years.
Okay. It's been almost 4 years since COVID started, so. Councilmember Odell.
Nothing, just piggyback on the Fraser First Blue Jean Ball. Hopefully, we have a great turnout. It's always a good time. And go Lions, because they haven't won since 1991 when I graduated high school, so.
What about U of M?
Well, and
We could have
I'm a
a
Sparty,
two-
I'm a Sparty, so I can't, congratulations to U of M, but it's a very true fan, but it's hard to be one this year.
Say that out loud.
What? It's hard right now, but go Lions, and Happy New Year to everybody, and appreciate everybody's participation up here. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem.
So today, I attended the East Point Roseville Fraser Chamber of Commerce meeting, as I'm on the board of directors of that, if you all recall. And my term was up, so I did offer to re-up my term. But if anyone on the council is interested in being a member on the East Point Roseville Fraser Chamber of Commerce, you just let me know. I actually really do enjoy doing it, though. It's fun, and it's cool to meet other officials from other cities and, businesses that are involved in our neighboring communities. If you are a small business owner in Fraser and you're interested in becoming a member of the chamber, you can contact Linda Weishaupt. She is the executive director of the chamber. They are donating to the Blue Jean Ball, so I was going to say, become a member of the donate to the Blue Jean Ball. It's a great event. I go every year. And the other thing I was going to say is another upcoming event for the chamber is on January 23rd. They will be holding a coffee hour at the Fraser Lions Club with our very own Director of Public Safety, as well as Mayor Lesich.
What date was that?
That's January 23rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make sure it's my
Make sure you are there. But yeah, so that, it's a great organization. And then tentatively, our Fraser Fame Awards are scheduled for May 13th. So I know that the nominations for that will be coming out soon, and it's like Community Improvement, Citizen of the Year, Youth of the Year, Business of the Year. So those will be coming out soon. And that's a really good time, too. So if you're interested in going to that, or you have someone in the community you would like to nominate, I suggest that you do that when those come out. Other than that, Happy New Year to everyone. And that's all I got.
Thank you very much. I'm also on the board of the East Point Roseville Chamber. I'm the current vice president, and I can second that it's a great organization. We do support small businesses in East Point, Roseville, and Fraser. We're looking at a new name. Still haven't figured that out yet. And I will be there at the coffee hour. All right, as far as I did enjoy the Big Boy grand opening, I met Corey Schlesinger, fullback, and I was glad that he wasn't as tall as the rest of the Lions players. So, but he was a great guy. And then yesterday I also had a chance to go to the Carmanos Cancer Institute new facility on Utica Road, just south of 13 Mile. It's a state-of-the-art oncology clinic and infusion center with a complete state-of-the-art pharmacy, compounding pharmacy. They can do anything, just about any kind of treatment that involves medications. They can do it here rather than have a patient go down to Detroit or out to Farmington or travel long distance. So this is, they're very proud of it. They've been working on this for a year. They took over a McLaren location since they were purchased by McLaren 10 years ago. So this was really great to see, and everyone there is proud and dedicated to patient care. There were some great stories, and met a lot of great doctors, clinicians, and so if you ever need those kind of services, they are local, and their goal is to take the burden off of patients and families in getting treatment for that. I happen to have a family member in U of M hospital right now going through that, so it's personal to me, but I just like to see these things are there. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot. Go Blue. Sorry that you feel that way, Pat, but and go Lions, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Well, somebody on the Lions is going to the Super Bowl. They may have to buy a ticket, but let's hope they get on the team plane and go there and win it for us. So thank you very much. All right, item number 11, citizen participation. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to be heard tonight? All right, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Shornack, second by Mayor Pro Tem Sutherland to adjourn at 7:15. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.